What is going on, guys? Predator 458 here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back in World of Warships in the mighty Japanese Battleship Fuso. Yes, now this was one of the battleships that I really wanted to get back to as quickly as possible. Obviously, some of the higher tier American battleships, tier 8 and above, I also want to have in my port as soon as possible, but you know, in sort of a realistic kind of time frame, without grinding on and focusing on a single line. The two primary lines that I focused on were American cruisers to get to the Cleveland and Japanese battleships to get to the Fuso. Now that I've done this, I want to get my American battleships up to tier 6, which I have done. I do have the New Mexico, and you can expect a video on that sometime next week probably. And then I want to also try and get the Japanese cruisers up to tier 6 as well. However, I do know that this little bugger in front of us, this Furutaka tier 5, I know it's painful, and that's basically where I stopped in close beta. I couldn't I couldn't deal with it. I mean, its turrets are like battleship turrets. I mean, like literally, they take 45 seconds to turn 180 degrees, which is, as I said, battleship time. But we've got the Fuso. Really enjoy this battleship. This is... I haven't had too many games in it yet. We're going to take the lead on this. Omar is 21.2 kilometers out. I haven't had too many games in it, and I haven't really had a really good game in it yet either. So we'll see how this one goes, and hopefully it's decent enough. And those shells are actually looking pretty good. Nice. 4 hits, and we got a Citadel at 21.2 kilometers, or whatever it was. Now, compared to the Congo at tier 5, the Fuso is better in some respects, worse in others. You're not as fast. Max speed, I think, is 28 knots compared to, was it 26? I'm sure we'll look down and see sometime soon. But it's not as fast as the Congo's 30 knots. It's not as maneuverable either. You're going to have a tough time avoiding torpedo squadrons. One of the upgrades that I did put on this was the 20% boost to rudder shift time, simply because without it, it was really slow to respond to the helm. However, I think the armor is a bit better, and of course the firepower is a significant improvement, let's put it that way. As opposed, instead of just the 8 14-inch guns, you now have 12 in a rather unique turret layout. And how are these going to do? Are we going to hit him? Just over. And one even landed in front. So a little bit of... I think I did aim a little bit too high there, but RNG wouldn't even help me out. But I mean, it's an amazing looking battleship as well. I think it really does look very impressive. Just this full deck full of main turrets. Differences compared to closed beta, there is 6 hits for 2,000. Come on, you can give us more than that. When you got the Fuso in closed beta, it looked like this. However, now in open beta, there is a new standard hull, similar to what the Congo looks like when it's stock. You know, the early dreadnought type of look to it. But you know, what can you do? They've obviously just, you know, a lot of the cruisers and that have a lot of early hulls, and battleships never really had that too much in closed beta, not that if I remember correctly, and their looks didn't change too much. So this New Mexico fired at us, and we turned in, and we got 5 hits for 10,000 damage, which is not bad at all. And it looks like he's flooding, maybe, because he is losing health and he's not on fire. And we dodged that torpedo, it wasn't too difficult. We'll fire our front 2 guns and see what happens. Are those shells going to beat us to the punch? Yes, they are. So unfortunately, Carbonic 1987, hey, same age as me, he took the kill from in front of our rounds, if you will. And the enemy seemed to be running towards C. But someone's here firing torpedoes. We've got these 2 cruisers, so hopefully we can push up behind, you know, towards their initial starting area. Teams are fairly even right now. We've lost 2 destroyers, they've lost a destroyer, a cruiser, and a battleship. So we've done better in that regard. However, they do now have B and C, but we still have nearly a 200-point lead in the game. But now we got this Wyoming, who I think was the one we were firing at earlier, not firing at terribly well either. And he's giving us a nice broad target, so we'll fire everything we have. Turn towards him in case he returns fire on us. 4 hits for, what was that, 4,300. We've got torpedo bombers coming in. Are they going to go for us? These little... No, they've decided to drop torpedoes on the cruisers. Interesting decision. But I mean, they did manage to get 2 torpedo hits, so that's not bad for them. So we now got 2 Wyomings. This could be interesting. And obviously we're 2 tiers above them. And, ooh, nice hit. 4 hit and a Citadel for nearly 25,000 damage. One thing I must say I do really like about the Fuso now in open beta is the reload rate has been given a bit of a buff. And we take 1,300 damage. In closed beta, its reload was the same as most other battleships. 30-second reload, so you could fire 2 rounds a minute. And you know, I mean, it's he turned away 3 hits for 7,700 though, so it's not bad. You know, it was the reload rate was the same as the Congo, same as Fuso. Nagato, I think, was even the same. You know, they were all really 30 seconds. However, in open beta now, once you've got the hull fully upgraded, because now I think with battleships, your gun upgrades are included in the hull upgrade. The reload rate comes down, and we led a little bit too much, and our cruisers have abandoned us. They've left us all alone, and we now got enemy Omaha, 2 Wyomings, and the aircraft carrier in sight. So this is going to be fun. And a destroyer. Hooray. And we're going to take 2. Not good. So we'll hit the repair button, stop the flooding. And that's a little bug I've noticed. Sometimes when you go into your gunner sight, it suddenly elevates the camera. And I think we may have led that a little bit much again, but at least the second wave of shells did manage to do. We're going to be able to miss all of these, I hope so. We're going to repair, hopefully give us a little bit more health. Yo, that was close. So let's fire everything at this guy. How do we do? Nice, Citadel, and we got a kill. But we're on perilously low health and no support in sight. So what you can take away from this match is to keep an eye out on what your teammates are doing as much as what the enemy is doing. And don't be too aggressive. We were a little bit aggressive here, I think. And we'll take the lead on that Omaha and fire everything. Got more torpedoes coming in. And wow, another Citadel and a kill. So I'm pretty pleased with that. We are unfortunately on fire. Got 30 seconds until the fire goes out. 43 until our repair ability is back. Did I unintentionally drift into the path of this torpedo? I did. Oh, but we have made a habit out of dodging seriously close like that. 2 fires now. I don't think we're going to last much longer. 415 health. And there we go. We are dead. So let's head off to the results, and I'll see you after the match ends. So even with the loss of their Fuso, our team managed to pull through and win the match. As I said, I was a little bit too aggressive and should have kept an eye on what our cruisers were doing, but still overall not a bad match. We got 43 target hits, shot down 3 planes, critically damaged the ship once, destroyed 2 enemy vessels, and got 4 Citadel hits for 232,829 silver, 3,500 research, and we got high caliber. Team score, we came 3rd on the team, beaten by the aircraft carrier and the Omaha, but we were the best of the battleships. We did basically 105,000 armor-piercing damage and 1,700 from our secondary guns. So the Fuso is a really enjoyable battleship to play. Obviously does have some drawbacks, being it's not as fast as some others, not terribly maneuverable, but you do have some pretty serious firepower. Good range. I mean, the accuracy of the guns I don't think is quite as good as the American counterparts, but you can improve that with the fire control or main battery 2 upgrade or whatever it's called, which does improve the accuracy of your main battery, which is something that I have done, and I would recommend it. It is expensive. I think that's what, 500,000 silver, but it does help, and you can get some pretty decent citadels. But anyways, I think that is about it for this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below and maybe consider subscribing for more World of Warships content, as well as War Thunder and a few other things that I throw in from time to time. Also, if you haven't followed me on Facebook and Twitter, links on the description down below. Please feel free to do that as well. But anyways, as I said, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.